This program is part of the Cosmic Potato Podcast Network. For more shows like this, visit our website at cosmicpotatonetwork.com.
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
I am Iron Man. That's a big point.
Pizza Dude's got 30 seconds.
You are a toy!
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Why so serious?
The city's flying. We're fighting an army of robots. And I have a bow and arrow. None of this makes sense.
And welcome to World War G, the podcast about all things geek, episode 266. I'm Troy.
I'm AJ.
Thought I'd just change things up a little bit in the beginning.
Well, it
Kinda
makes
give it
sense.
more-
I mean, we're starting out on a Tuesday.
That's true. Things are a little different.
Nope, on a Tuesday.
Just make things a little bit more formal there in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like I'm reading an audiobook.
Oh, great. Now you're going to lull all of our listeners to sleep.
It was Tuesday,
Dude.
April 28th.
Okay, there's been, when I used to listen to a lot of audiobooks, when I was working and driving as a courier, I gotta say, I would get tired sometimes and I'd have to turn on the music or roll down the windows. Otherwise, some of those people, I would fall asleep at the wheel.
Depends on the book, yeah.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree. I've listened to a couple that been really good.
Mm-hmm.
Really good.
The Harry Potter series stands out.
Mm-hmm.
For me, the Bartimaeus trilogy. I really enjoy it when it's a book about somebody's life and they're the ones that's actually narrating it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I did, the three that really stand out for me. As You Wish by Carrie Elwes.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the making of Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, didn't you have a lot of people on
a lot of the cast?
The cast, yeah.
Scrappy Little Nobody by Anna Kendrick.
Okay.
She reads it really good.
Yeah. She could read the phone book and I'd listen to it, dude.
You know. Not for kids though.
Yeah.
If your kids like Pitch Perfect and want to listen to it, no. You're gonna have to explain a few things if they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she doesn't hold anything back. And then Rob Paulson's book. What the heck is it called? Gosh dang it. Hang on. I can't believe I forgot it.
Because I know you've listened to it a couple of times.
Rob Paulson audiobook. Voice Lessons.
Yes.
That's what it is. Voice Lessons. Yeah, that's also really, really good. And it just talks about his life. Yeah.
I was surprised. A lot of these people, they didn't get into voice acting until much later in their career, in their lives.
Rob Paulson did. He got into it really early.
Really?
Yeah.
No, but who was it? I was watching something.
The guys that have been around forever.
Nolan North.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think Nolan, wasn't he just an actor before? Like an on-screen actor?
He was an actor, but he also did something else. He had another career path that he was pursuing, and then he just kind of switched it up, but has been in over 100-something games.
I think a lot of actors, they go to Hollywood with the intention of being an actor, and then some of them, like Maurice LaMarche, for example, he started out as a stand-up comedian, doing impressions, and from there he moved into cartoons, right?
Yeah, that's a pretty easy transition.
Yeah, Rob Paulson, he came to Hollywood to be a singer.
Okay.
He's a trained singer. But one day his agent called him up, because he was a working actor, just trying to make ends meet. He goes, hey, I got this audition. It's called Transformers.
You might never have heard of this, you know.
No, it was the original Transformers cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and want to try, doing a voice on it. Like, well, I don't really do voices, but okay. And that just started, he fell in love with it, and that was his career from then on. But yeah, there's very few voice actors that, at least back then, that came to Hollywood to be voice actors. One was Nancy Cartwright, who was Bart Simpson. Mm-hmm. She came to Hollywood with specific intent to be a voice actor.
Okay. Well, it worked out for her.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she did okay.
Yeah.
Voice of the one most iconic characters of all time.
Well, and that's what they were saying, like, in this, when they were talking to him and asking him all these different questions, he was just like, one thing that I always do to kind of keep up on my training is I still do different voices and stuff as if I'm acting. Because then, like, it's a lot easier for them, and he had, like, a lot of different, like, reasonings why, but it definitely made sense.
Yeah, that's a talented group. Really. Speaking of which, today, actually, is Stephen Blum's birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
It's also Nate's.
That's right.
Well. Yeah.
My buddy Nate. Happy birthday, Nate.
A long-time listener.
Yeah. Long-time listener, never caller.
Shots fired.
I don't think he's ever called the show.
The Joel line. I mean, the
listener line.
Listener line.
Yeah. Just saying, Nate. Just saying. Anyway, speaking of things that we do on the show, so we are balls deep into March Movie Madness.
Yeah. Pun intended.
Yeah, forgive the saying there. So we're down to our final four, which is Avengers Endgame. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
No surprise there. The Princess Bride.
Okay.
Which I'm happy to see. Up, which I knew one of the Pixar films was going to make it.
Oh, for sure.
And then here's the big surprise. Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah.
Is in the final four. I didn't see that one coming.
No. I don't think anybody did.
That was weird. Like, of all the movies in the wild card section, I thought maybe John Wick might make it. Mm-hmm. Or Saving Private Ryan, or Remember the Titans. Not Mrs. Doubtfire.
Right. Not to say that it isn't a great movie.
Oh, no, it is.
Like, here's the thing. I think a lot of people, like, I mean, it's hard not to. You associate Robin Williams and all of his movies and his life and his career with his, with this movie. Mm-hmm. Right?
Right.
So I think there's definitely that nostalgia playing off of it. And the majority of our listeners are, roughly the same age as us, I would assume.
Yeah, more or less.
That they can appreciate that one, and they watched it, like, for the first time, and they watched it plenty of times growing up.
Yeah. Yeah, but that one blew my mind.
Mrs. Doubtfire versus, Endgame.
That would be
one to end all fights.
That'd be one heck of a finals.
Well, because you're going with something new, shiny, that's great, and something that's nostalgic, great, and in its own right. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who actually has, out of those three other movies, who has a chance against Endgame, or does anybody have a chance? Because it's a great movie.
It's going up against Princess Bride right now.
Yeah.
And if any movie's going to have a shot, it's going to be The Princess Bride. Because people love that film.
Oh, yeah. Us included.
Yes, us included. And right now, I just posted it an hour ago. Right now, Avengers Endgame has 5 votes. Princess Bride has 4.
Okay.
But I only posted an hour ago, so we still have 23 hours to go. So who knows what could happen.
Yeah. That's a long time.
A part of me would like to see Princess Bride beat it.
Just because? Yeah.
Just to have something different win the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
But another part of me is like, well, just to kind of
round out the whole... Yeah.
Endgame's just domination of everything. Of course it would win the competition, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm kind of torn there a little bit as well.
I mean, last year, Infinity War won the competition, so, it'd be a nice little book in there.
Right.
But at the same time, it'd be really cool to see another movie in there.
Yeah.
Non-superhero.
It would just be so random because, you've got like this, and this.
Yeah.
In the mix.
Past winners, Infinity War, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Or Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. Mm-hmm. Mrs. Doubtfire. it'd be so weird.
Yeah.
And it'd be awesome.
But anything can happen.
Yes. Yep. Anything can happen. It's just been fun for me to see, movies that do really well against one movie and then not against another.
Right.
Like Onward did really well. Like it made it really far. Then it went up against Up.
Right.
Completely blew it out of the water.
Yeah.
Up destroyed it.
I think a little bit of that has to do with not too many people seeing it. Having seen it, right?
Yeah.
Because it kind of came out at a weird time.
It did. But even, it still went pretty far.
True.
Even still, Yeah. I was trying to think of some other ones.
There were definitely some really good ones. That
I like seeing Breakfast Club make it pretty far.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Went up against Remember the Titans, didn't beat that one in a tiebreaker.
Mrs. Doubtfire. Okay. So Mrs. Doubtfire had kind of an interesting path as well to get here.
It did, yeah. Mrs. Doubtfire went up against originally Titanic.
Okay.
And then...
Which is a big... Man, I thought that would have done a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. Me too. And then it went up against Fight Club.
Okay.
Took out Fight Club.
Yeah.
Then it went up against John Wick. Okay. Took out John Wick.
Those are some good movies it's going up against.
Then it went up against Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
Took out Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
And now it's going to go up against Up. Tomorrow.
Ooh. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't call that one. Up and Doubtfire, I can't call that one. I don't know who's going to win that one.
No. Because, there's that Pixar love, but then there's also that nostalgia love.
Yeah.
I
would love to see Princess Bride and Mrs. Doubtfire in the finals. I think that would be great.
That'd be hilarious, yeah.
I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
But that's why I love this competition. That's why I love doing it every year.
It's because you just never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
Seeing those weird underdog Cinderella stories like Anastasia knocking out Frozen 2 in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it didn't make it past the second round, but still, yeah. And we'll keep doing it.
Oh yeah.
This is our 7th time doing it.
It is, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we're almost at 10. Almost. We're getting close.
Once we have 8, do we pit these against each other? Do an Elite 8?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have some ideas for future contests I want to run by it. But
yeah, okay.
We can talk about that when the microphones are off.
Don't want to throw everything out there.
Yeah, I don't want to, show our hand.
So, this was kind of... Okay, so this week in Geek...
This weekend. Geek.
It was kind of interesting. I'd come across this more nerdy story, but it was on CNN, which I don't actually normally typically subscribe to or even read that much into.
One of my stories came from just a local news channel. So,
yeah. It's kind of odd how geek culture has taken over so many different areas, right?
Mm-hmm.
But these scientists in India discovered a new snake and named it after Salazar Slytherin. For those not too familiar with the Harry Potter universe, you've got 4 houses in the 4 head houses, but they're named after specific individuals, like past wizards.
The 4 founders of Hogwarts.
Correct.
Yeah.
Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Among those, you've got Godric Gryffindor, Rowena Ravenclaw, Helga Hufflepuff, and Salazar Slytherin.
Slytherin.
This snake, if any snake were to be named after it, it's actually pretty fitting.
Yeah.
It's got a yellow belly and a green top, and then it divides the two by an orange or red kind of a line that goes on either side.
Yeah.
It looks like something you would see in Harry Potter.
Yeah, that picture looks like the banner of Slytherin.
It really does. It's crazy. So this is just it's a green pit viper. It's from the viper family.
Right.
And it's crazy to me that we're still discovering new creatures.
I just read a story. I didn't read it. I saw an article that there was a new turtle, speaking of that, discovered.
Okay.
Because I'm part of several Ninja Turtle fan groups on Facebook.
Yeah.
And somebody posted this.
But it's just crazy. I would just imagine that we've already discovered.
Yeah.
I don't know. That'd be saying, "Oh, hey, there's a new." I mean, I guess if it was created out of the ground, but "Oh, hey, there's a new continent or there's a new island or something."
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I could see also discovering a new
medicine
species. No, a new species that's microscopic, something like that we didn't know existed. Or
yeah. Because technology improved and then we're able to finally see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But finding a new species of snake or new species of turtle, it's that's just where have they been this whole time?
Yeah.
You know?
Do you think it's kind of nature crossbreeding and making a hybrid kind of a deal?
It's very possible.
Right?
Yeah.
I guess we would see evolution happen a little bit quicker with these creatures than with humans.
Yeah. There's a new species of turtle discovered, a new fringed turtle called the Matma.
I guess it would kind of...
and it's a freaky looking thing if you want to look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it kind of depend on what it was, but do you already have a specific name that you would name some sort of thing if you were to have discovered it?
If it was some sort of animal, I would want the Latin version.
Or, the origin of it?
Yeah, and then have my name in there.
Okay.
But if it was some sort of a cure for some disease,
yeah,
name it
still your name in it.
Still, yeah. Name Troy's cure or the Troy or Wood cure or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. That would be pretty cool.
The Wood vaccine.
Unless it was some sort of the T virus.
Right.
The Troy virus.
Right.
You just killed half the world or turned them into zombies.
The T vaccine. See, that sounds good.
Yeah. It's got a ring to it.
It does.
Although I don't think many Resident Evil fans would take that.
Right.
Let's vaccinate your children with the T virus. Or the T vaccine. Yeah. I don't know.
So... I think we talked about last week that the Mandalorian, not the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian is going to have a mini series on Disney Plus.
Yes.
A little mini documentary about the making of it.
Right.
Well, it turns out we know that season 2 is coming. Well, it turns out season 3 is already in pre-production.
It's been greenlit, or It's already in production?
It's already in pre-production.
Oh, wow, okay.
So it's being written, it's,
being cast.
Cast, yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They are wasting no time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as reported by Variety, insiders say that showrunner Jon Favreau has been writing season 3 for a while. And in more recent weeks, the art department has been working on some concepts for the third installment. One source confirmed to the publication, "We've just started pre-production and are looking into further adventures for The Mandalorian in Season 3.
See, I love hearing these kind of things, but at the same time, it makes me wonder, is it after the first season has dropped and you hear how much the fans love it, that then you start writing these other seasons? Or are you Jon Favreau and you can just be like, I know it's going to do great. Like, I've got something like amazing here. I'm going to start writing the second and third season.
I think it's, you wait and see how well the first season does.
Right.
Even though I think when the first season dropped, they were already doing Season 2. Already making it. But I think once, the global phenomenon of Baby Yoda and how popular that show became, they're like, okay, let's get into Season 3.
Yes.
Let's really hit that running hard.
I feel like, because the closest comparison that I can make to The Mandalorian and, like, as far as global phenomenons go...
Stranger Things?
Yeah. Exactly. Where they had dropped the first season and they hadn't like started writing the second season just yet.
Yeah.
They had kind of like some ideas circling around. But as far as a third season and a fourth season, it was up in the air still, right?
Yeah.
This to me, do you feel like The Mandalorian's going to go more than 4 seasons? 5, 6, 7.
It's definitely not going to go further than 5, I wouldn't think.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if it does more than 4.
Okay. Because I honestly want quality over quantity.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, I think you do more than... If you start getting into like Season 6, 7, and 8, it's really going to... I think the quality will go down. I think they'll run out of ideas. But for something like this, I think 4 seasons, is just about perfect.
Yeah. I was watching something else where they were talking about shows and the reasoning that they were cut short. And one of them that they were talking about is Batman, the animated series.
Yeah.
And they'd made, and this was like on an interview, Kevin Conroy had spoke out and said, we were just worried we wanted to keep like the quality there, so that's why we ended it. Yeah. There was like no other real reason, like it didn't, there wasn't any type of problems with anybody else. Sure. And the majority of them went on to do other projects when they rebooted it.
And look what happened to that show. It's known as one of the greatest cartoons ever made.
Right. And there's only a couple of seasons.
Yeah.
Right? Some of these ones that are really like perfect and concise are remembered as being like much better than these ones that run on for like 8 or 9 or 20 seasons.
Right. I mean, if you go take a show like Friends that ran 10 seasons, or Frasier that ran 11 seasons, or Cheers that ran 9 seasons, like I think.
Yeah.
I should know. We watched the whole thing recently. You always have like that one season where you go, well, that season's, it's okay. It's not the best. But if you do like 3 or 4 seasons, then like the entire show is awesome.
Yeah.
So
I feel like The Mandalorian, that's what they should do. That's kind of they might have some sort of a spin-off, which I'd be cool with, and then have that run a few seasons.
The Baby Yoda Chronicles.
More like a different, like following a different like bounty hunter, perhaps going to different planets or, but like I feel like it should be a character that we haven't seen just yet. It's always best when you're going to have a spin-off if the show's already run a couple of seasons.
Yes.
Before you introduce somebody new and then they get their spin-off.
Right.
I don't know, that's just the way that I feel like it's worked best in the past.
Yeah.
Because when was like, okay, so when in Frasier, well, before Frasier, so Cheers, when was Frasier introduced? Wasn't it a few seasons in?
Yeah, Frasier came in on season 3.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he had a great career as well. Yeah.
Yep.
So
it all comes back to Cheers.
It really does. Nah. Drive-in movies and drive-in theaters are posing to have a huge comeback thanks to the coronavirus crisis that's going on. Already, we've had over 40,000 theaters closed in the U.S. alone. Yeah. And we've got one...
Pretty much every one.
Yeah.
Every theater's closed.
Well, it kind of makes sense to have drive-ins because then you can be by yourself.
Yeah.
Right? You can just kind of do your own thing. Whenever I go to the drive-in, I always feel like you're like in your own little bubble and you're seeing a movie, but you've kind of got your own little thing that you can do.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of a unique experience.
I'm not a massive fan of drive-ins.
Really?
I've gone to them. They're a good place to make out.
Yeah. Among other things.
Yeah, I've gone to them and it's been fine, but I don't know. There's just something about the movie theater itself experience. It's just more of a movie experience for me.
Well, I do feel like there's a better etiquette when it comes to movie theaters compared to drive-ins, right? People are driving around with their lights on. They're like throwing frisbees, yelling at each other, you know, joking. Like you wouldn't get that in a normal theater because you've got ushers that would say like, "Hey, dude, like, there's like there's no rules when it comes to the drive-in." It's the Wild West.
The drive-in is anarchy.
Yeah, basically. The one thing positive I do like about the drive-in, I also like that you get 2 movies. And sometimes I know you're not supposed to, but I'll switch theaters. I'm not going to stay in the same one if they're showing like a stupid second movie.
Right.
And it works out perfectly because the majority of the movies all end at the same time, so everybody can go to the concession stands. Mm-hmm. And then, well, they've kind of staggered it a little bit, but for the most part, you can find a movie and be like, okay, that running time is about 2 hours, so that means it's going to end by this time, and this movie is supposed to start at this time. All right, I can see these 2 awesome movies. Mm-hmm. And it's like $7 for 2 movies.
Right.
So it's not... I don't know, there's pros and cons about the drive-in, but... I feel like they should have already gotten on board with doing this if they were going to do anything.
Yeah.
Or do you think going forward people are going to be more tentative to go to the like large groups and the movie theater? That the drive-in could still have a good...
I don't think so, and I'll tell you why. Because people already are starting to forget about quarantine and just go out and do their thing. Mm-hmm. Already. Like, I see it. Like, weeks ago when I would drive to work, there would be nobody on the streets.
Right.
Now it's busy. Mm-hmm. Now
there's toilet paper in the aisles.
Yeah. Now nobody cares anymore.
Right.
And good luck when the second epidemic sweeps through the nation, but...
Okay, not to go political or get too much on on this, but I do find that it is a little over exaggerated in the media about how bad it is, and I know it's affecting primarily elderly and people with bad immune systems.
Yeah. Correct.
I'm not saying that like normal healthy people can't be like carriers of it, you know, mm-hmm. But it gets, Troy's like holding something back here. Like, come on, Troy. Let's hear it. We can have differing opinions and still be friends.
Sure we can. Now, here's my thing.
I know there's a lot of stupid people out there, though. Like,
yes, there is a lot of media attention on it. Mm-hmm. That's because how easily people can get it and how easily it's spread.
Oh, yeah.
Like with something like the flu, you know, you can still get it, but I don't think it's as easy to get. This one, you just walk by somebody and potentially get it.
Yeah.
That's why it's getting so much attention.
Isn't it more of like the saliva or some sort of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like a cough or a sneeze.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You walk past somebody, they cough, sneeze.
Yeah.
You don't know if it's just a normal cough or normal sneeze or a corona cough.
You're like, hey, explain that cough.
Yeah.
Is that allergies? Like, what is that?
Is that a corona sneeze? Or is that a healthy sneeze?
Yeah. And I do find that a lot of people are comparing it to like the flu, but like you were saying, it's a lot easier to catch.
Yeah. And the other thing is, you don't know that you have it for weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, you're still passing it around.
Right.
That's the problem. That's why it's been spreading so
at least with the majority of these other like diseases that you get, you start showing signs within a couple of days. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
You get a flu. The next day, you feel crappy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to... I do still feel like with the warmer weather that eventually it'll kind of like kill a lot of it, but...
Now here...
We should still take some caution.
Yeah. Still take precaution. Like, for me, I'm still washing my hands all the time.
Same. I still wear a mask at work.
Yeah.
No.
I haven't gone the mask route yet.
Oh, we have to in order to stay open.
Really?
Yeah.
Nobody's told me I have to yet. And until they do, I'm not going to. Because it's going to be really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But,
oh, it's like, pretty annoying. And I'm like, if you can smell somebody's fart through their underwear and their like jeans, like, okay, a little mask, you know.
Yeah.
But I think it's more for like a spit guard.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. I don't know.
But like here in Utah, I just looked it up. We have 4,233 confirmed cases.
Mm-hmm.
Recovered 1,641, 41 deaths.
Okay.
Now, comparatively to other states, that's not horrible.
Right.
We're like right in the middle there.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's just about being smart. If everyone would just have stayed in their house for a couple weeks, we would have been fine. But we're Americans. That's not what we do.
No.
You can't tell us what to do.
This is America.
This is America. You tell me not to leave my house. I'm going to leave my house.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Anyway.
Museums.
Enough about that. Speaking of the coronavirus, not just theaters, but everything shut down, including museums, are shut down. And so a lot of stuff is moving online. Like, there's been a lot of virtual tours that moved online. You know, Disney is dropping all their recipes online of their food they can make.
Do you have to pay for that to take a virtual tour?
Not that I've seen,
of a
no.
museum?
Mm-mm.
Right?
Most of them won't charge you, I don't think. But so there was this challenge on Twitter for museums to show their creepiest object that they have in their collection.
Whether it's already displayed or if it hasn't been displayed just yet?
Right.
Okay.
Just whatever they have that they think is the creepiest thing. So
these museums rose to the challenge?
Yeah. So it started with the Yorkshire Museum. They said, "Museums assemble. It's time for curator battle. Today's theme, chosen by you, is creepiest object. We're kicking things off with this 3rd, 4th century hair bun from the burial of a Roman lady, still with the jet pins in place."
Oh, wow.
So they have this clump of 3rd, 4th century hair.
Yeah. It's crazy how long like hair can stay. Like, you see these corpses of people and they still got hair, nothing else but hair.
Yeah, it is creepy.
Yeah.
Then there was this one from the Horniman Museum in Japan. Or no, maybe it just came from Japan. It was called the Japanese Merman. And it's this thing that looks like it has the body of a fish and the head of, I don't know, maybe a monkey or something.
That's bizarre.
Yeah. But then there's the Egham Museum that displayed this broken porcelain doll head that's all in pieces.
Okay.
That was from circa 1920.
Annabelle.
Yeah, it's really creepy looking.
Because
do
they already have like a winner? And then are they going to release like other challenges? Now let's see the like most expensive piece you have.
They might. I'm trying to see. Let me zoom down here. But there's a lot of... This is on Nerdist, by the way, if you want to find it. I'm not sure. They don't say who won, but yeah, there's a box full of eyes.
In your opinion,
who
won?
Let me see. Well, creepy dolls are hard to beat.
Yeah.
Like, there's this one from... where is this from? It doesn't say. But there's this Continental shell doll, circa 1860s. And the creepy thing about it is it has little carved teeth in it.
Ugh. I've actually seen some dolls with real human teeth in it. You know, like children's baby teeth that they'd use to put in it. I'm like, who the hell's making this shit? Like, this should not be allowed.
Yeah.
That's like, I don't know, voodoo dolls or, I don't know.
This museum has a sheep's heart stuck with pins and nails and strung on a loop of cord made in South Devon circa 1911, quote, for breaking evil spells.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you listened to much of, like, Lore, their podcast?
No, I haven't.
Okay. They've got some crazy ones, and there's one in particular about, like, witchcraft and what they ended up doing to this person's body, and, like, over in Bulgaria, they've still got these... For vampires, or people coming back from the dead, they've still got spikes and spears and like rods that are going through coffins, like that you can just like see just so nobody comes back, kind of a deal. Superstition is crazy to me, like, and it drives people to do some like weird, messed up stuff.
Yeah.
So I could see them doing something similar like that. And like I immediately, when you were talking about it, like that heart, I'm like, they need to do that to that black sheep in Witch. Like,
yes.
That's the kind of like sheep when it starts talking to you, you know.
Yeah.
That's the one that you kill.
When the devil's talking to you through a goat. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's time to get out the your anti-devil kit, I think.
Oh, doesn't everybody have one?
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I do.
Yeah. I feel like, what would you put in that?
Anti-devil kit?
Yeah. Some holy water?
Well, if I was a Puritan back in the 1830s,
yeah,
and get some holy water. You gotta have
garlic.
Gotta have the Bible there.
Bible, yeah.
You know, some sort of
crucifix.
Maybe like a rosary or something, or
it's like more religious items, kind of a deal. Yeah. Nowadays,
bottle of Jack. That'll ward off the devil.
Now the devil's inside of me.
Now I am the devil.
What were you gonna say?
I don't remember. Oh yeah. One of the coolest things I've seen is speaking of that, is there
Jack or what?
No, not Jack. But there was an anti-vampire kit that was back from like the 1800s.
Okay.
And it was really nice. It was like all leather bound with like metal studs in it, and it had
something like Van Helsing would carry around, right?
And it had like holy water, spot for holy water, had a spot for a stake. It had like all kinds of stuff. It was really cool.
Huh.
It was all like had like velvet in it and stuff.
That could be a really cool cosplay. I've never seen a Van Helsing. Have you?
No.
I mean,
you're talking like the Hugh Jackman version, or
I'm talking
just
like a cosplay that you'd see like at Comic-Con.
Oh, okay.
Van Helsing, all leather, like bound, like stuff.
That it might be one you'd have to explain though.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he did like the Hugh Jackman version,
right?
That's a bit more recognizable with the big pilgrim hat looking thing.
Mm-hmm. Kind of a crossbow on your back.
What a stupid movie that was. Speaking of stupid movies.
Yes.
Again, I don't know. It might be. I don't know.
Did you see the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Venom 2, they had some leaked information, and we already know what the name of the sequel. It's going to be Venom, there will be carnage. And to me, that's kind of a stupid name. Yeah. I mean, I would prefer, like, Venom 2. Or there was one, like, in the article, they talked about, like, people submitting, because they're really divided, whether they're pro this or completely anti the name of this movie. But people had posted what they thought that it should be. And there was one person, it was somebody on Twitter, oh, yeah, that's what it was. They said, why not just call it, like, Venom, Maximum Carnage? I'm like, that would be awesome. That'd be a lot better.
It's also the name of a video game.
Exactly.
Back in the 90s.
Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, that would have been good.
Well, so that also confirms the fact that we're going to, even though you saw a post-credit scene or a mid-credit scene with Woody Harrelson playing Venom, or playing Carnage, it's I hope it's not as cheesy as it already looks, and I hope that they kind of go like a more of a darker tone, because Carnage has done some pretty messed up stuff.
Yeah, Carnage. Yeah, he's not afraid to just straight up kill people.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carnage is kind of a homicidal maniac.
Do you think that was the right choice for Woody Harrelson? If I'm being completely honest, like, as much as I love him and I think he's a great actor, I don't think it is. He seems a little bit, like, older to be with, like, Tom Hardy in this whole universe.
Yeah, I don't see Woody Harrelson as Cletus Cassidy, a.k.a. Carnage.
Yeah.
Like, I would see somebody that's closer to Tom Hardy's age or younger.
Right. Just because when you think of, like, an older person, you think that they've already got, like, the majority of their shit together and they've kind of figured out life and they're more Lex Luthor, more calculated.
Yeah.
Carnage to me seems like a wild card.
Yes.
Like a younger kid that I do this because, you know, I want to, or they're more impulse driven.
Yeah.
Than they are calculated. So it's an interesting choice. I know they were trying to get like some sort of a name recognition, but
yeah, Woody Harrelson was an odd choice. Mm-hmm. You need somebody who can really play crazy and creepy at the same time.
Which we could be surprised. He could do a great job with it, but
I'm not saying he won't. I'm just saying it was a weird choice.
Who would you have chosen?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking this whole time.
Jesse Eisenberg?
Jesse Eisenberg?
He didn't do so great in like the DC movies. But somebody more like that?
Yeah, somebody thinner, somebody skinnier. Kind
of wiry, kind of a kid.
Maybe even like a redheaded Elijah Wood. Like, I could see him, maybe.
Okay.
Because Elijah Wood can play creepy.
He can. Did you see that movie Maniac?
No.
You need to watch that one.
It's another one I put on my list.
It's a remake, but he is so creepy in it. Like, scalping women and putting it on dolls. Yeah. Yeah. It's gnarly.
Yeah, but somebody like that.
Okay.
Like Woody Harrelson, I don't know, he's older and he's kind of a bigger guy. I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah. What about Matthew McConaughey? Even though he's older, he's kind of that wiry.
Have we seen McConaughey play crazy? Like, he's always more of the
Wolf of Wall Street, Lincoln Lawyer.
He was more suave. You know, he's more of the charming
Leonardo
guy.
DiCaprio? I could see that.
Yeah, he could do it.
Right?
It's definitely name recognition.
And he has that, like, slick back hair. Mm-hmm. And he can play crazy.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
Isn't he about the same age as Tom Hardy?
I have no idea.
Right?
To be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
I think he might be older than Tom Hardy. Now I'm thinking about it. I think DiCaprio is in his...
Let's see. He's 45.
45, okay.
And then...
DiCaprio?
Yes.
He's 45, okay. And then Tom Hardy, he's got to be late 30s, early 40s, right? I would assume.
42.
42.
Well, there you have it.
There you go.
That's, yeah. Something like that.
I would like to see DiCaprio jump in on a superhero film. I think that'd be interesting.
That would be his take on it.
Yeah.
Because he's never done anything like that before.
Yeah. Oh! If he hadn't already played the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Would have been a good Carnage.
Oh, yeah.
Now I just thought about that. He would have been a really good Carnage. But he was already the
Jared
Joker.
Leto?
Yeah.
He could play Carnage.
Yeah, he could have been Carnage.
But give him more free reign to do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'd want him to be even... I would want to hear, like, random stories about after the fact.
Right.
Like, weird shit that he did, like, to the other cast members. Because he's playing, you know. I know it'd be weird. I know... Yeah. Because you wouldn't be able to kind of control him on set, and then it would probably show in his acting.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson, not
just an odd choice. It's not a choice.
It's an odd one.
I mean, we'll wait and see.
Yeah. Prove us wrong.
Prove us wrong, Woody. So May 4th, Star Wars Day.
Yes.
It's gonna be a big day for Star Wars fans. Because not only you have the Mandalorian documentary coming out on that day, but you have Rise of Skywalker dropping on that day.
In all of its 4K glory.
Mm-hmm. Completing the entire Skywalker saga on Disney+.
Okay.
You'll be able to watch them all 9 films if you want. But that's just the Skywalker saga. I don't know if they're going to have Solo or Rogue One or...
Think they'll ever throw Solo on there?
I'm sure they will eventually.
They have to.
Yeah.
Like, but just like kind of slide it in there, you know, like don't even mention it. Don't make a big deal of it.
Just drop it. Just
it was
throw
there.
it in, whatever.
Yeah.
Speaking of Woody Harrelson again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so May 4th is going to be a big day for Star Wars fans.
Do we have an official running length of all those movies together? How many hours?
I bet you could find it.
Right?
It's got to be...
What's your guess before you actually look it up?
Let's see. 9 films, each one, let's see, an average of 2 hours. That'd be 18 hours.
I'm saying...
Combined, maybe 2.5 hours on some of them.
24 hours?
I was going to say around 21.
Okay, I'm going with a day.
Alright, hang on. How many hours is the Star Wars saga? Ooh, we were close.
22 and a half? Something like that?
That's exactly right.
Was it?
It was 22 hours and 30 minutes.
Oh, booyah!
Done.
If I would have just guessed that initially and just kind of,
22 hours and 30 minutes.
That's like a day of Star Wars. Mm-hmm. Man. Could you do that, with just bathroom breaks and snacks?
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Easy, right? Quarantine? Whatever.
I've watched the first 8.
Back to back?
No, I did 7.
Okay.
I did up to Force Awakens.
Yeah.
I watched all of them back to back to back to back to back.
Dang.
To back to back. Yeah.
It was 15, 16 hours. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Would it be easier to watch those or the Harry Potter movies?
Saying which one would be easier to watch?
Yeah. All the way, back to back to back.
See, there's 9 Star Wars films. There's 8 Harry Potter films. I think Star Wars would be easier to watch. Personally.
Okay.
I don't know. They're just more... Well, I don't know, because you got the prequels.
Right.
They're hard to get through.
Yeah.
Speaking from personal experience. So maybe it would be Harry Potter.
Right?
Think about it.
Yeah. We might have to pose this to our listeners. Which one would be easier to watch?
Yeah, which saga would be easier to watch?
Because, like, with Harry Potter, you'd start off really super strong.
Yeah.
Where you wouldn't start off as strong with...
Harry Potter starts strong and pretty much stays... Pretty consistent the entire run.
There's a little bit in, like, 4 and 5 that kind of lose...
I really like 5. I'm a weirdo.
Yeah.
I like 5.
Oh, I love the 5, like, the book, but the movie, for me... Because I get, like, after knowing now that he was being taken over by Voldemort, but he got a little whiny in the movies.
He did.
Yeah.
He got a little teen angsty.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
But for the most part, it does stay pretty consistent, right? Mm-hmm.
Whereas Star Wars...
kind of ebbs and flows.
There are peaks and valleys in Star Wars.
Right?
Yep.
But are there bigger scenes that make up for that? Because,
yes.
Right? With Harry Potter, there's a couple of, like, dang, like, crazy moments. But, like, I feel like with Star Wars, there's a lot more of those.
Yeah.
So would those kind of make up for those other moments?
If you can just get through episode 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Because the rest are pretty solid. I know people have issues with the new trilogy.
Right.
I think they're fine, personally. I really like episode 7.
Yeah.
Force Awakens. I think it's great. But when you have that original trilogy, that makes up for a lot.
Right.
Especially Empire Strikes Back. I mean, that's a giant film.
It really is.
Oof.
That's a tough call.
It is.
Because you've got tried and true, stays consistent, stays good, like solid movies, and then you've got other ones that's kind of like up and down.
And in the middle, you have some of the greatest movies ever made.
Right.
That's tough.
You can't really say that about Harry Potter. It's like not... I mean, they're great films, but I wouldn't say like any of them are like, that was the greatest film I've ever seen.
Are they going to go down in history as some of the greatest movies ever made?
Not as the greatest movies, but like they're going to go definitely down in history.
Yeah, they'll go down in history as
not without a fight, though, if
films.
J.K. Rowling has anything to say about it.
It's true. She's pulling the George Lucas, and she's ruining everything quickly.
I would rather watch Star Wars if they included Fantastic Beasts in the Harry Potter series. Then I would just, Star Wars, easy choice, right? Mm-hmm. And if you could get rid of like maybe 1 or 2 of the Star Wars movies, I'd switch over to Harry Potter. I don't know. That's a tough call.
That is. Yeah, that's something we need to pose to those listening.
We might need to do like some sort of like a question like what we've done with like March Movie Madness.
Do a poll.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to our Revs and Recs.
So this week, the one film, there's a few other films I watched, but the one that really stood out to me was on Netflix, and it just recently dropped. It's the newest Chris Hemsworth movie, Extraction. Have you seen much about this one?
I really haven't.
Okay. In a nutshell, Chris, he's hired a rival gang has stolen a drug lord's child, and he's been hired to go to India and retrieve him. And while there, things go awry and not as planned. And it basically becomes like a movie where he's just got to keep this kid alive. And like that's where the bread and butter is, and that's where like I saw the best things on screen.
Yeah.
It's kind of that dynamic between like this younger kid and him, and kind of their bond that they form over this journey. There is a lot of fighting and there's a lot of action films, but it was really good to see Chris Hemsworth not be Thor. That he can like get the shit beat out of him, and he can get hurt, and he's not invincible. Plus, he looked more kind of like a normal dude, like size wise.
Yeah,
and he didn't have to have his shirt off all the time.
Right. Vin Diesel could learn a thing or two from that.
Right.
It is all right to take a punch.
Yeah.
And have your character lose in a movie.
Yeah. Then that really hits home with this story. There were some really... I was kind of worried that this was going to be like the Wolverine movie where he goes over... Was it Japan or China?
Yeah.
And it was just going to be him and a lot of like no-name other people in the film. But I was really glad to see that they'd thrown in David Harbour to kind of help make up for. This is his like first film that he's been in since Hellboy, I believe.
Hellboy, yeah.
And he plays like one of Chris Hemsworth's former buddies that he'd saved his life, and so he kind of helps get them out of the city.
That's a good duo,
right?
Those two. That's a good duo.
They do have a fight, and it's a pretty cool fight scene. It's pretty intense. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie, and one of my favorite parts was seeing Chris Hemsworth. I don't even know why I don't just say like Chris, but like seeing him beat the crap out of these like little kids. He just like slapped the hell out of them.
Does he?
Yeah. Because you've got this moment where it's like, did you ever see City of God?
City of God. No, that doesn't sound familiar.
Okay. Another movie you have to add on your list, dude. It's on Netflix, and it's fantastic. But it's kind of Slumdog Millionaire, where you've got like these like kids that all have guns and weapons. But they're trying to kill him, and at first he kind of like lets this kid away, like grabs him away. He clicks like the shotgun and trying to reload this gun and trying to shoot him, but can't. And he just like grabs the gun from him and is like go on, like get out of here, kind of a deal. But then these group of kids come back at him, so he just like starts hitting them left and right, and it is fantastic. I don't know why, but I laugh so hard.
Thor smacking kids.
Yeah,
I like it.
And then he's talking to this person afterwards, and he's just like, "I just encountered the Goonies from hell." Like, it was great. Pretty heart-wrenching film. It kind of, I don't know. There's a lot of action and there's a lot of gore. It's not for the faint of heart because they don't shy away from like showing somebody get shot in the head or being hit by something like a rocket and blowing up. And so it is definitely rated R for a reason. Primarily for gore. Language wasn't all that bad. But yeah, if you're a fan of Chris Hemsworth, he does a pretty fantastic job outside of the MCU. The dude definitely can act.
Yeah, he can.
And it's getting some really good reviews. I would have to say there was a few, like, it drug on a little bit, and I kind of get that he was, like, supposed to be, like, this alcoholic, and he's got issues and problems and stuff, but it was pretty decent. Out of 5, I'll go out of 5 bullets, I'm sitting at about a 3, I would say.
Okay.
A little bit above average because some of the action fight scenes were pretty cool and the humor was there, but it wasn't over the top. It wasn't Thor Ragnarok kind of humor. It was more subtle.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely worth a watch.
Okay. Well, for me, I don't know if this is a review or recommendation. Maybe everything.
Yeah.
But it's the Nintendo Switch.
Okay, in its entirety?
Specifically Animal Crossing.
Yeah. Have you even touched the other games?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've played Zelda.
Okay.
A little bit.
Are you liking it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
Like maybe an hour? At 10 minutes?
Hour and a half.
Okay.
I've never been a huge Zelda fan in the first place.
Right.
But I gotta say, that game's not bad.
Do you like the mechanics as far as
I do.
the fighting?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. But yeah, I'm going to talk about Animal Crossing.
Right.
Wow. This game is fun.
You can see why people are picking it up and addicted to it.
Yeah. Everyone's playing it. Now, if you remember, those have been listening for a while, when we went to Gaming Con a few years back, we tried to play the Switch and we weren't really into it.
Yeah.
Like we couldn't really get the mechanics down. And we
felt
felt old.
like more for a younger generation.
Yeah. But I've been able to... I got the controls down.
Okay.
And remember how last week, how we were talking about...
the A and B switch?
A and B. I get what they're saying.
Okay.
Because it's really freaking confusing. I keep pushing the wrong button. Because B exits out of everything.
Right.
And A is what you pick. But when you're playing, it feels like you should hit B.
Right.
To pick stuff.
So you've already made the switch then?
I haven't.
Okay.
I need to, but I haven't.
Yeah. You're trying to play it. No, this was the way that it was created and intended.
Yes.
Okay. You purist.
But about Animal Crossing.
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of the original game.
Same.
And apparently this is the 5th one. I didn't know that.
Because they'd released one for the DS.
Yeah.
As well.
And they've released one for the Wii.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I played the Wii one. That was actually kind of cool because when you were fishing, you would use your nunchuck, or not the nunchuck, but the other, what's the other part?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But you'd use that part to pull up the fish out of the water.
But from going from the GameCube version to this, it's like a completely different game.
Did you play the Pocket one at all?
Pocket Camp?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Play a little bit. The stuff you can do in New Horizons.
It's like an entirely different game.
It is.
Yeah.
You can, well, first of all, you can completely customize your little avatar.
Yes.
From head to toe.
Not just like change outfits, and then like it also gives you the same like.
You can
hat.
change. No, you can wear a hat if you want, or not.
So you remember in the Cube when you get a new outfit, it was just the whole outfit, like your whole body would change, and your hat and your shirt.
Yeah, but not this time.
Okay.
You can have a different hat pattern, shirt pattern, pants pattern. You can wear shoes.
Okay.
Different shoes.
To make this character look a lot like you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can not wear shoes if you want.
Oh wow.
It just depends what you want to do. You can customize that. You can customize, obviously, your house and everything. You can...
Do they still have, like, the levels? You got your basement?
Yeah.
You got your... Okay.
Yeah. I just got to the point where I added on a new room.
Okay.
Onto my house.
So now you have to pay off Nook again?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Is it much more expensive? Do they still use bells?
Yes. Also, there's another currency called Nook Miles.
Okay.
That you can trade in for different stuff. Like, I'm going to turn this on right now, and I'm going to show you.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to have a little running commentary here.
I like this.
So...
How do the controls feel?
Good. Really
okay.
good. Yeah.
Well, because you've been typically more of a PlayStation fan, right?
Correct.
So to go from that to this...
Yeah, I'm running low on battery here. That's okay. Not enough to continue. So there's my little town. Okay.
Do you prefer playing on the television than the actual like?
I do.
Okay.
It gives me more of like that console feel.
Right.
That I want. Right. All right. So it's loading right now.
I like the loading screen. It's a little island.
Mm-hmm. But what I like about it is just so much stuff that you can customize. You can customize everything.
Oh snap!
Right. So here. Okay. So you see my house.
It's a mini Troy.
Yeah. I got my hair, got my glasses. I'm wearing a Superman shirt. That Superman shirt I actually downloaded from the Nintendo Switch app.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Someone created that, so I got the QR code, and I scanned it. And you have a phone in the game, so you can take pictures. You got your camera. There's the Nook Miles. Now, Nook Miles are basically goals you can do in the game.
Okay, I thought it was like more how long, like far you've walked.
You'd think, but no. So right now I have 1,180 Nook miles. So if I click on this one, so if I catch 500 fish, I'm at 181 now. If I catch 500 fish, I'll get more Nook miles, and that'll continue.
You're pretty close with this one.
Mm-hmm. That is capturing. Can you categorize? Each type of fish. Okay.
Oh, gotcha. So you have to catch a different variety of fish.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
And they're valued at. Do you still have the red snapper?
Yeah.
And okay.
Yeah, the barred knife jaw.
Yeah.
You still have the classic ones. There's my Critterpedia, which just catalogs every bug and fish that you've caught.
There are so many of them.
Yeah, there's tons. There's freaking tons.
That's crazy. Does it give you a number? I imagine it's got to be well over 500.
I don't know exactly how many there are. Let's see if there's...
Oh, when it was actually caught, when the best time to catch them?
Yep. And you can see down there it says donated, so you know which ones you have and haven't donated to the museum.
Okay.
So let me go in my house. You'll like this. All this stuff, there's so much stuff you can download and put into your house. So, there, I have a little turtle here, a little snapper turtle.
Oh, I thought that was the newest discovered turtle.
Here's my fish. I caught a couple fish. There's my red snapper.
Okay.
That's my favorite fish in the game.
Oh, same.
Then I have a little clownfish up there. Look what I got hanging on the walls.
The Ninja Turtles?
Ninja Turtles!
Yeah. Did you found those, or did you have to download it?
I downloaded them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pattern. Now, I could either do that, or I could make it as a painting like I did with this Abbey Road Beatles album cover here.
Oh, that's great.
Now let me go into my other...
Was this the room that you just recently purchased?
I'm calling this my gaming room.
Okay.
So if I walk in here, I got my TV, right? I have an actual Switch right there.
That's legit. Now, did you shake this Switch out of a tree, or how did you find it?
Nintendo sent it to me as a present.
Okay.
In my mail.
So you still have to send letters to other people as well.
You can if you want.
Okay.
Yeah. I have an ocarina.
Can you send gifts to other players?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Have my ocarina here.
Which you can actually play? Oh, that's legit.
Yeah, I have my little wrestling figure that my GF sent me.
It's like a bobblehead.
Yeah, it's a bobblehead. Yeah, so let me go out. I'm just kind of walk around the town here. Kind of give it... And here's the cool thing. So, on other Animal Crossing games, they give you the island or a town and you can't really do much with it.
Right.
This one, you can customize the entire thing if you want. If you can get to a certain point where you can change the entire landscape of your island.
That's a cool little beach.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I made a little beach setting here.
So you actually made that yourself?
The beach setting was already there.
Okay.
But I put the chairs here and the little bonfire. So that's the other thing. You can actually set out decorations outside of your house.
And they'll stay there.
And they'll stay there. Yeah.
I saw that there was some coconuts as well as a shell and some fish.
Mm-hmm. These houses here, my neighbors' houses, I picked where those were going to go. So you decide where your neighbors are going to live.
How close they're going to be to you? Do you still have to get out your net if you want to go catch a butterfly?
Yep. Here's
so that takes up one of your slots in the inventory, right?
It does.
Okay.
Yeah, so here's my inventory, right? So you got the fishing pole,
you can
net.
carry a heck of a lot more things than you could in the other one.
Yeah, and that's just the beginning. I've seen my GF's inventory.
Yeah.
And she has triple this.
Dang.
Yeah. And here's the store. Now, what's cool about the store is, for someone like me who works nights, who's up, you can still sell things when the store's closed because you have this little drop box right here.
Oh, that is legit.
Yeah.
So you don't have to actually interact with them, because I remember there's only certain times that you could actually sell your stuff.
Yeah. But the only problem is they do take a percentage.
Okay.
So you don't get full price on things.
Oh, if you drop it off?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and here's the...
Kind of an after hours. Makes sense.
Here's the town hall. Now, of course, who's in charge?
Nook?
Nook.
Tom Nook.
So did you find a place to build a new home? Yes, I found it.
And they still talk the exact same.
Still talk the exact same way.
Oh, this is fantastic.
Yeah, see, I picked the plot for a new resident. Insurance has plots in advance.
Like, it was weird. After playing this game for a while, I started understanding their language.
Mm-hmm. You start to hear it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
It's like you don't even need the subtitles after a while.
Yeah. Can you catch that bird? Or can you identify that bird?
No. It flies away. I've tried to catch it. You can't. So you can chop trees to get wood, stone. All these trees I planted here on the beach. There's a sphinx.
Did you put that one there?
Yeah, I put that there. Just for fun.
I like that because it's like almost like a barrier.
Mm-hmm.
Right? A wind barrier.
I planted all these trees. Here's one of my neighbors. There's Alfonso. You have your own airport.
Do you ever find yourself talking to him? You're like, oh, hey, Alfonso, how's it going?
Yeah, the airport's cool because that's where you go visit your friends or have friends come visit you.
Yeah.
You can also, if you have 2,000 Nook point or Nook miles, you can go to different, just random generated islands where you can find, where you can find new people to move into your.
Did you see that recently Elijah Wood went to like random people's like houses?
So there's a plot that I just sold. Somebody's gonna move in, and here's a whole other part of my island.
So did you get money for it?
No.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah, there's different levels.
I do like that there's still different levels.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so much more advanced. Like, you can actually tell.
It's massive. Here's a little ladder I gotta get to climb up to the different levels.
Oh, that saves you so much time.
Yeah.
Remember how like in the cube one you had to run around and you man. Did you plant those trees as well?
I did.
Okay.
They haven't grown though because I think they're too close. So I gotta dig those back up and start again, but
how much space do you have to give them so much space?
I think so. Yeah. Because a few of those grew, but some of them didn't. Yeah, like there's
that water looks pretty legit.
Yeah, the water looks really good. There's a little honeybee right there. Let me catch that really quick. Oh, I missed him. Shoot. Little fish swimming in there. So, I was watching a video said where the creators of this wanted to, one, keep the old school players interested, but also to bring in new players. So there's still all the stuff you can do from the older games, but they just expanded on it.
And improved.
it. Yeah, let me get my little...
Oh, you had the rod out a second ago.
Whoop, there we go.
What?
Yeah.
You can go across streams.
Yeah.
Like
it's so freaking cool.
Man, this is worth getting a Switch just for this game.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
It's so chill, too. I love the music.
I know. And you can just sit here and just play and just enjoy yourself. Or, hey, Alfonso, how's it going? Yeah, sure, let's chat.
I'm remembering the language. Mm-hmm. Like, it's coming back to me.
So, do you remember in the old game who was the creepiest resident?
Ooh, yeah. Was it the dog or the kitty?
For me, this guy. And I forgot he was in the game.
I don't remember this.
You don't remember this guy?
No.
The clown Ram? Yeah, he's the one that is just about to move in. Yeah.
Did you pick that?
No.
Okay.
No.
So he's living in a tent until his house is built?
Well, so they had me make this little campground. So kind of like pocket camp.
Yeah.
And
wow,
that's
they're incorporating everything.
Mm-hmm. That's a way you can get more people to move in. So somebody will come and visit, and you can talk to them or not. Mm-hmm. If you don't, though, they'll be gone, and that'll be that. But if you do talk to them and convince them to move in, then they'll move in.
Have you had them where you haven't talked to them?
No, not. This is the first guy that's moved in.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like, all this stuff you're seeing now, this is all stuff I've done, which is in the past couple of days.
Planted?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like all this, like the trees lining the little plaza here.
And once you get so far along in the game, you can actually make stuff, like change up the whole island?
Yeah. Yeah, like you can get like a special shovel or something where if I wanted to, I can expand out this little pier here if I wanted to. See if I can catch this fish. Yeah, it looks pretty big.
Is it still the whole 1, 2, 3, like you never know when it's actually going to hit?
Right, yeah. Okay, there's my fishing pole. Let's cast it. Oh, no, hang on.
You have to get that right angle.
There we go. Come on. Nope, I didn't get it. Let's try it again. There we go. I got his attention.
Tink.
1,
2. I'll get it.
There it is. And it is a... Woo! Look at that.
What in the world?
An oarfish.
That's ginormous.
Now, I already have one of those at my museum.
Uh-huh. Are they pretty expensive?
I'm going to go see right now how much I can get.
I was going to ask you, there was a bottle. Did you see the bottle on the...
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are those from, like, random people that'll leave you notes?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
But, so the bottles... Hi, Timmy. The bottles, you can get more of these DIY recipes.
Okay.
Now, what these are... Let me click on that. These are all this stuff you can create. So if you want to create like this stone table, for example, you need 8 stone, which you can get from rocks, from breaking rocks.
Yeah.
Or if you want to make like this hedge, you need 10 clumps.
You couldn't break rocks in the original, in the other one, could you? No. I mean, you can hit it with your shovel.
Yeah.
Is there still that rock out there that's got like 1,000,000 bells in it? Really? Have you found it?
It wasn't 1,000,000, but I got like 60,000 bells or something from it.
I remember that I would kind of like lock myself in there by digging holes around, so then I could just like hit it a lot faster. Because like every time you hit it, you'd back up a little bit.
You'd back up, yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's just endless. The stuff you can buy, the stuff you can create. Like here's my custom designs. So here's like I got a Star-Lord outfit I can wear. Let me wear that. So there's that. Superman you just saw. Batman.
Oh, that's legit.
Wonder Woman. Rebel Pilot. Star Wars Rebel Pilot.
Oh, wow.
Now I'm not wearing pants.
As a Rebel Pilot, why would you?
Well, you know. Yeah, I got to put my pants back on. I will here in a second. But let me see how much this oarfish is worth.
So you can sell to Tommy, right?
Tommy and Timmy, yeah. So...
Confirm.
9,000 bells for that fish.
Dang. All right.
So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and...
Sold. I remember, like, the red snapper being worth, like, 2,000 bells or something.
Yeah, and that used to be, like, the big fish that you can...
Oh, yeah. Unless you could catch a shark, which I never caught a shark.
I think there's... Okay, one more thing I want to show you, and we'll wrap this up. I got to show you this museum. This museum is legit.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So you remember the old one, right?
Yeah, where you have like the dinosaur and butterflies and fish.
Okay, so here's all my butterflies and the insect pavilion.
I never liked this owl. He was always like snooty to me.
Blathers?
Yeah.
So yeah, this thing is huge.
Are you able to catch these creatures while you're in here?
No.
Okay. Since you've already donated them?
Yeah. So everything in here, yeah, I've already donated. Yeah, this museum is massive.
Really? There's a room within another room.
Yeah. And I know we're going over time here, but that's okay. Yeah, here's all little critters there. So this stuff.
More space that you can donate.
I mean, there's just literally hundreds of insects, dinosaur fossils. I
don't think Troy can say enough nice things about this.
Fish. Yeah. Well, I really want to show you. Here's all my butterflies that I've caught. What I really want to show you is the dinosaur fossil place.
Okay.
This place looks really cool. So let me go out. But it's just so massive. And that's why another thing I like about this game is just it's so big and expansive.
You really feel like you're in a world, like another world with no coronavirus.
And yeah. And you can see, here's all the little fossils and stuff that I've donated. And you can have your friends come and visit, and you can play alongside them at the same time.
Really?
Which is cool, yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the dinosaur fossils that I've donated.
It seems like there's a lot, like it used to be just 3 parts to a dinosaur. It seems like there's a lot more on some of these.
If I stand there, you can see more of them.
A meteor about to hit the dinosaurs.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just I can't say enough about this game.
You're definitely gonna be playing this game after I leave, huh?
Oh yeah. I played before you came. I'll play it after you leave. The creators said that they wanted so much in here that once you've played it 2-3 years down the line, there's still new stuff that will appear.
They can just keep releasing more and more stuff to it.
Yeah.
This, to me, is the next step up from, like, an awesome, like, app game. Or one, like, there's not many games out there that you can keep going back and playing, like, again and again. But this one for sure will be.
I think they said there's over 300 different residents and stuff that you can get. Yeah, there's the first oarfish.
They took some time with this.
That I caught, yeah. It's cool that I caught that oarfish. That's a rare fish to find. That's really rare. But yeah, I mean, it just looks good, and it's so easy to play, and it's just...
The downtime isn't that bad either. When you're transitioning from, like, room to room, it was pretty seamless. You know, like, before, you'd have to be waiting, like, 10 seconds.
I'm going to put my pants back on. There we go. Yes, let me...
Let me as well. Wait, what? This podcast just got weird.
So, anyway.
There you have it.
There you have it. I mean...
If you don't already have this game, you should be getting it. Out of the 5 bells, what are you giving it, Troy?
5, of course.
5? Okay. Just making sure.
I mean, there's a reason that everybody, literally everybody, Elijah Wood, Brie Larson, everybody's playing this game.
Yeah. And the overall Switch, it doesn't seem as, like, small or awkward, like, because they've made improvements with actually making it to where you've got a controller.
Yeah. Yeah, I have this controller. I have that controller sitting over there.
Okay.
And you can do a couch co-op on the game.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. With them creating their own character, or do they have to bring their own character over?
I think you can create your own.
Okay. There's definitely some, like, Switch exclusive games that are worth checking out.
Yeah.
So you'll have to be our Switch guru when it comes to this.
I will. Yeah, just that game alone, there's endless possibilities. But I also want to get, like, Mario Kart, Smash Brothers,
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think I just remembered, I can get the newest Mario game.
Yeah.
Where you throw the hat.
Odyssey?
Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just realized I can get that game.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, I kind of like the Switch.
Okay. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's hard to find right now. I got mine from GameStop.
Do you think you'll still be getting eventually getting a PS4, or just wait out till the PS5?
I'm going to wait till the PS5.
Okay. This is going to hold you over?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I'm still playing the GameCube version.
Yeah.
And that came out 20 years ago.
Right.
I'll be playing this probably 20 years from now.
Yeah.
In 2040, I'm still going to be playing this.
Like, what are you doing, Grandpa? I'm like, just
I'm fishing. Leave me alone. I still haven't got the damn shark.
Tom Nook, he needs his bells. They come out with improvements where like Tom Nook is like this pimp, like demands it. Like,
remember when we came up with that really dark version of Animal Crossing?
Yeah.
Where residents would get depressed and you'd find them hanging in trees.
Oh man. You're like,
when you were gone,
you didn't do that favor. You were gone too long.
Gone too long, and
does it still do that when you come back into the game? Like, oh hey, welcome back, so and so. You know where it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, I have done a little time traveling.
Yeah.
I'll admit that.
Okay.
But when I only went like a week in advance. No, I'll take that back. I went about 3 months
to go to a holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I went to July 4th just to check it out.
Okay.
But I came back, and people like surprised, like, oh, I haven't seen you in so long. There were cockroaches in my house, and
had to go stomp on them.
Yeah, I wonder if I probably should have caught one. Now I think about it. Anyway,
now you have the time travel again, just so you can have cockroaches just to catch them.
Yep. But anyway, so there's that. I can't say enough good about that game. It's awesome.
Damn it, Troy! You're making me want to buy a Switch.
I mean, you're still working just like I am. I'm sure you got your stimulus.
Yeah.
Your stimulus check. I'm sure you can drop a few bones and buy one. Drop a few bells.
That's true.
All right. Let's wrap this up. We've gone over time here, but that's okay. So here's where you can find us. You can listen to all of our episodes at worldwarg.podbean.com. We're also on iTunes, Google Play, and CosmicPotatoNetwork.com. On the social media, you can find us at Facebook.com/WorldWarGPodcast. We're also on Twitter and Instagram at WWG Podcast. You can also find all of our merchandise at shop.spreadshirt.com. I should create a new shirt like something like Tom Nook screwed me or something like that.
Yeah.
Or Lone Shark and show like Tom Nook.
I like this.
Shop.spreadshirt.com/WorldWarG. You can also email us anytime.
Day or night.
At worldwgpodcast@gmail.com. You can also call or text the show, Nate, at 385. Was that too subtle? At 385-240-1692. And we haven't heard from anybody in a while, so please.
Give us your reviews.
Yes, give us a call.
Yeah.
Just
listeners, operators are standing by.
Yeah, we want to know you're out there, seriously. I mean, we joke about it, but honestly, we want to know the people that are listening. So please, give us a call or drop us an email. Just about anything. Anything you want to talk about. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this has been World War G episode 266. That has been AJ.
That has been Troy.
Stay geeky, my friends. Wash your hands.
Oh, you got it.
Nailed it that time.